Hello and welcome back. And I didn't think I would make any more handicapping videos, but I thought I would come back for Breeders' Cup week, and I wanted to talk specifically about the 2-year-old races. So let's start off with the Juvenile Fillies and the Juvenile Fillies Turf, and then maybe we'll go on to the Juvenile and the Juvenile Turf later on. But I wanted to talk about the 2-year-old races. Just for this week, we're going to do videos, and then I'll take another long break, maybe. And, who knows, maybe it'll get some views. Or maybe it won't, but I still wanted to talk about them anyway. So, I'm back for this week, and let's start off with the Juvenile on dirt. And let's get going and look at these fillies. Let's start right off with my pick, Percy's Bar. And Percy's Bar was disqualified from the Alcibiades. She was disqualified from first to second after interference in the stretch with Tommy Joe, who was the favorite in that race. But when you watched the race, it never felt like Percy's Bar was going to lose the race. Now let's take a look briefly. We have it up right here, and we're gonna skip ahead to the stretch run. You see Percy's Bar on the inside with the white blaze. Well, they both have a white blaze. Tommy Joe is right beside her, and Percy's Bar is going to come in and interfere with Tommy Joe. I do think the disqualification was justified. But do I think Percy's Bar was ever going to cross the wire second? No, I don't. And the thing is, Tommy Joe will still be popular with bettors because she has popular connections like Spendthrift and Todd Pletcher. And so I do think that Percy's Bar will offer some value in this race. And she is probably the better horse compared to Tommy Joe. Now, is Explorer better than Percy's Bar? Let's talk about her. Explorer won the Oakleaf Stakes, and we can watch that briefly. I have no problem with how she won this race. You see her on the lead right now, and she's pulling clear. Under a ride, the whip is out, but she is pulling clear from the field, and she does finish strongly. But again, these fillies are under a bubble in California, in Santa Anita and Del Mar. I don't know how good Explorer is. I don't know who she was facing besides her own stablemates. It's hard to tell. And I do know she'll be overbet. She's 5-2 on the morning line. And it's not going to be like last year when, oddly, the public seemed to ignore the Baffert horses last year in the juvenile races. But I think they will want to bet Explorer this time. And so, I don't know if I want to take her. I do think she can win. And I also think that Meaning can win. Meaning is number 3. She's 15-1 on the morning line. But I don't think she'll be 15-1. I think she'll be somewhere in the single-digit range, and she broke her maiden by 3.5 lengths, but I think she has a lot more talent than that 84 Breeze speed rating shows. And if you watch her workouts on XBTV, you will be impressed with what you see from Meaning. She has a lot of talent, but she's never gone a route distance, and she has no stakes experience, so can I really trust a filly that has no stakes experience and no route experience in a Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies race? I don't know. I don't think so. I prefer Percy's Bar because she has that experience. And Meaning could be the better horse down the line. She could be the better horse this week, but I don't know if I trust her yet. And I do think she'll be popular with bettors based on word of mouth alone. So I think she's a contender. Percy's Bar is the filly I want, though. And I'm just going to use Percy's Bar, but I do recognize Explorer and Meaning can both win. So those are my thoughts on the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Now let's talk about the Juvenile Fillies Turf. And I know I'm going through these quickly. I'm only talking about my win picks. And I know there's a whole different discussion for the underneath picks. But if I play these races, I'm going to go horizontal anyways. So I'm probably not going to do anything with exactas or trifectas. Although I could change my mind. But anyways, let's talk about the Juvenile Fillies Turf and my 3 picks for this race. As much as I hate to pick the favorite, I have nothing against Precise, the 6-5 morning line favorite from Europe. And she comes off 2 Group 1 wins over in Ireland and Great Britain, the latest one coming in the Bet365 Fillies Mile. Let's take a look at that win. She won by 3 1/4 of a length, and it looks pretty powerful when you watch it on video. Now, Precise is the one on the right side of the screen. You can see that the jockey is wearing a purple cap, and she's making her move right now. You can see she's right behind the leaders, and you can see she's moving right beside the leaders. And the jockey does have the whip out, which is fine. I still think she finishes strongly in this race, and I do like the way she pulls clear and separates from the rest of the field. And you see Precise is in the lead right now, and she's separating, and you see that there's a clear margin right there towards the wire. I like the way she looked in this race. I think if she repeats the effort, then she's going to win. And it's a matter of whether she handles the Del Mar course or not. You never know. Sometimes these horses don't translate their European form over to a traditional American course. And also, she drew kind of bad in post 13, but I don't think you can ignore her. I don't think you can ignore Precise. She's very talented, and I will not be surprised if she wins at a low price. Now, let's talk about the other fillies. Let's talk about actually Valentina. And I don't know why she's 30 to 1 on the morning line. Notice that Valentina, a couple of starts ago, she beat a filly called, let me see if I can find it, Beautify. She beat her by about one length, way back in a maiden race back in May. And Precise also beat Beautify about not too long ago, September 14, by 3/4 of a length in the Montclair stud. Now, I know it was a different kind of race, and maybe Beautify improved from the time that she ran third to Valentina and to the time she ran against Precise. But I still think it's noteworthy that they have a common foe, and they beat that foe by about the same margin, and Valentina is 30 to 1 in this race. And besides that, she also finished second. Valentina finished second in the Six Perfections over in France. Let's take a look at that race. You see, Valentina is not on the lead, but the jockey's wearing a white cap. She's moving into the lead right now. And Green Spirit is moving right alongside her, and they're near the wire, and Green Spirit is going to nose her out. And even though Valentina lost, I thought she ran pretty well, even though she lost by, a nose or whatever. We can take a look at Green Spirit's record after that race. We see here on Racing Post, after she lost to Valentina, no, not after she lost to Valentina, after she beat Valentina, she was first in a Group 2 race, and then she was second in a Group 1 race at Longchamp on October 5. I can't pronounce the name of that race, but it was a Group 1. It was a Group 1 at Longchamp, so you can be rest assured it was probably a quality race. And so, why is this filly 30 to 1? She lost to a good filly in Green Spirit, and then she was fifth in the Alpha Centauri Debutante. I can forgive that race. It was one clunker. Horses throw clunkers all the time, even if they're good horses. So I can forgive that race. I would want Valentina on my ticket if I was making a multi-race wager. I think she has a lot of ability, and it's just a matter, again, of handling the Del Mar course and whether or not she likes the firm turf. I also want to talk about one more filly, and that's Switch in Love from Japan. I don't know what to make of those races from Japan. I think she's a wild card. And I feel like I don't want to ignore her because she could surprise this field because we don't know how good those fillies are. And we know that horses from Japan are getting better and better all the time. So I don't want to ignore her. I think she could, who knows, she could pop an upset here at double digit odds. And you see the high price is at 1 million, 1.2 million. She could be good. She could not be good. If there's room to put her on your ticket, then why not? She's 20 to 1 on the morning line. It'll be a great value for your ticket. Just to circle back, my top pick for the Juvenile Fillies turf is Precise. I know she has an outside post, but she's so talented, and I liked what I saw in the Bet 365 Fillies mile. But if she doesn't win, I think Valentina could do it. And I also think what was her name? Switch to Love from Japan. She has a chance to switch in love. And I think she could be good as well. But Precise is the best filly on paper. and from a visual standpoint. So I would want those three fillies if I made a multi-race wager. If I had to narrow it down, maybe then just Precise and Valentina. I'll have to think about Switch and Love a bit more. Those are the three fillies I like for the Juvenile Fillies turf. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll be back later in the week with thoughts on the Juvenile and Juvenile turf.